What's up, guys? Welcome back to Adventure Zach. I figured, what the hell, while I was doing my front sprocket installation, I might as well give you guys a little review on the tools that I use and what I carry on my Wolfman Wolfie tool pouch roll. This thing is amazing. Wolfman gear is amazing. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of it. I've got the Wolfman dry bags, Wolfman tank bag, Wolfman tool roll. And I'm looking into getting, as a matter of fact, other than the tool roll, I really like the rear rack-mounted tool case. Small, it's the Enduro tool bag is what it's called. Super nice. I think since I carry a lot of tools in this already, this is better off for more lightweight, more minimal tools. Everything in here is pretty minimal, but I mean, this thing probably weighs about 15 pounds. And I don't want to destroy this bag. Amazing quality, but I don't want to destroy it by carrying such a mass amount of tools in here. But anyways, I'll let you guys know. I'll show you guys what's in my tool bag, what I carry on my bike, whether I'm riding on the street, whether I'm riding on the trails. I carry these with me at all times. Definitely should have yourself a toolkit. If you don't have one, please do get yourself one. Highly worth it. There's been couple occasions now where I've had to pull over and I've had to utilize the tools in my toolkit from all minimal stuff. But if I would not have had my toolkit with me, or some of the tools that I carry in this that all toolkits don't actually have, then I would have been pretty SOL. So let me open it up. Let's get started. So first things first, what I have in here is this is actually a mountain bike tire pump. It's aluminum. Solid, really good quality. Works perfect for a dual sport. Hell, you can even use this on a super sport if you wanted. It would take a lot longer to pump it up, but this thing works perfectly for a dual sport. It's got a nice little flip down tab. You can actually utilize this for, mainly to take that off, but you can utilize this if you want to put it down on the ground, put your foot on it, kind of give you a little bit of base. I don't know if it's actually meant for your foot, but I do believe so because it's got rubber bases on it here. So never used it that way. I just pump it up by hand. Really nice though. It locks. This thing folds out like so. This shaft is also aluminum. So this works with, I can also utilize it on my mountain bikes. This spins around, flexes around, get it to where you need it to go. And then obviously pump her up. Works great though. Carry it with me every time I go out riding. Again, whether it be for dirt, street, whatever I'm doing. Highly recommend that. Nice thing about it, CO2 cartridge pumps are small and minimal, but that is just so much easier, and it's very lightweight. This thing has no weight to it whatsoever. I mean, it's literally, I'd have to put it on a scale to tell you, but it's well under a pound for sure. It weighs nothing. So, onto the tool belt, tool roll. So, what I carry in here, I guess we'll start with the pocket. I carry an 8mm socket, some zip ties, spare fuses. This is a bead breaker, BMW bead breaker. Really small, really lightweight, nice to have. In my tank bag, I also keep a bead buddy. So just a miscellaneous set of, flat blade tips, Allen tips. This is actually a socket tip for a drill. I've got an Allen key, again, some zip ties. I've got another socket that I utilize for these tips. I can utilize this on my Motion Pro T-wrench. More on that in a minute. Really small. This right here is actually for spokes. For your spokes to just, tighten your spokes up. This right here is a really cool tool. If you guys don't know what this is actually for your tube. What you do is you slide this through your valve stem hole in your rim when you're putting your tubes on. Pull this up, and this doesn't go through your rim. Screw this into your valve stem when you take your valve stem center out. You thread this into the tube, pull your valve stem right through, so you don't have to try to finger it through and all that. Works really well. Super simple, but again, works very well. I keep that in case if I need to change any tires. Another Allen key. So again, just some spare zip ties. Highly recommend carrying some spare zip ties on you. As a matter of fact, I need to replenish some of them because I just had to utilize some. So These are really good quality zip ties. And just fold these down, slide these in here. Zip ties to me are a must-have on a bike. I mean, there's so many different purposes you can utilize them for. So, whether it be permanent or temporary. Fuse puller with some spare fuses for my bike in case if I ever, pop a fuse or anything. So that's everything inside the pocket. Okay, on to, this is an Allen key for the front tire on the CRF 250L. I don't remember exactly what size it is, but this doesn't come with the bike, so it's good to have in case if you ever got to rip the front tire off, because it's not a nut like the rear tire is on both ends. Keep that for the front tire. I carry a 1/2 inch. I carry a 10 and a 12. Couple different uses you could utilize these for on the bike. This is mainly just for chain adjustment, if I ever need to adjust the chain or anything else like that. I carry a digital tire gauge. This is just for real lightweight, doesn't weigh anything. Good to have if you ever want to lower your tire pressure, get it to exact, precise, PSI, and then pump it back up with that. This is a pair of really fine tipped cutters. These things work great for cutting zip ties. They work great for cutting hoses. They work great to get in the small little areas. Mainly to assist with the zip ties when you put them on to cut them. That's really the main reason why I put these in here. But they work great if you got to cut hoses or anything. Motion Pro T-wrench. This thing is a beaut. It's amazing. You got to have one of these, because if you don't and you're using, handheld tools like this on everything, it takes way too long. What I carry on this at all times and can shift, what I carry on this at all times can also change it up for the sockets that I have in here. I have a 10 millimeter, I have a 13, and I have a 12. That's pretty much everything with the 8 millimeter that you're going to need on a CRF 250L. You could pretty much take every single bolt and everything off of that bike with just the sockets that I have on here. Real heavy duty, real lightweight. Moving on to BMW tire spoons. Really good quality. They're heavy duty. You don't really need tire spoons much bigger than these. If your technique's good, you can crack the wheel off with these, no problem. And again, I carry a bead buddy with me in my tank bag where my spare tire tube patches and all that stuff are. I don't have any of that in here. It's all in my tank bag. The tire patches, or the tube patches, things of that nature are in my tank bag. Real small, compact patches. These things are fantastic. They're good for the side of the road. They're small. They do have some weight to them, but it's because there's 3 of them. But, you got to have some weight to these. Alone, yeah, they got some weight to them. But you want to have them. You're not going to change your tires unless you have tire spoons. And they're super small compared to the bead buddies that or not the bead buddies, the Motion Pro bead and tire spoons all in one. I utilize those at home. I don't use these at home if I'm going to change the tire at home. This is only for trail use if I ever have to change a tire on the trail. Pair of needle nose. Kind of self-explanatory, must have, at least I think. My Motion Pro rear axle, and it's also a tire spoon. So this is nice to have. It's actually great to have. So you could utilize this to break your rear axle loose, and then obviously tighten it back up. You can also utilize this as a spoon. So I've technically got a 4th spoon. With this being a little bit bigger, gives you a little bit more leverage. But again, I haven't had to use this on the trail as of yet, knock on wood, thankfully. But I do use this every time I take my rear. I do the chain or anything like that. I always use this. So it definitely comes in handy. An adjustable wrench, obviously just for multiple reasons. Kind of like a multi-use tool. Can utilize this for a lot of different things. I've also got in my tank bag a Gerber multi-tool that has everything from knives, pliers, saws, things of that nature if I need that. But pretty much everything I would use would be in here. And then I just carry a small, compact Phillips and flat blade screwdriver. Flips around different sizes. As you can see, smaller to bigger. So that's pretty much it, though. That's everything that I carry on the trail, on the road. Anytime I get on my bike, I carry this on me. So again, if you don't have a toolkit, I highly recommend you investing into one. It's so worth it. You gotta have the right tools with you on your bike, because if not, then you'll get stranded, and you could be 1,000 feet back in the woods. You could be a couple miles back in the woods. So depending on your ride style, definitely want to have a good toolkit. So other than that, though, guys, that's everything in my tool bag. That's what I carry on me at all times. So hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, leave me comments, and I'll definitely answer them to the best way that I can for you. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.